This is Timothy Barr from MLW. Make sure you give a listen to one of the greatest podcasts in the world, True Heel Heat.
You already know what time it is, man. The young goat in the building. Make sure you tune in to True Heel Heat Podcast.
Hey guys, this is Rosa and welcome to True Heel Heat.
Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for AEWramble, episode 147, Flame On, reviewing the May 22nd, 2024 edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And of course, to do that, I am joined by the man of 54,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, your honest criticisms of All Elite Wrestling and Tony Khan, his awesome Yankee fitteds that he always has, and the man, the only person I do a podcast with who has a remote operated camera. He is Jimmy Macram.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How the hell are you? It's been a good week. I know it's like the middle of the week, but for me, wrestling-wise, I haven't enjoyed anything after WrestleMania, but I enjoyed SmackDown, Raw, and Dynamite all in a row. It's fucking jarring.
Wow, that is like a new record for you. The record since Revolution and Mania that you got consecutive wrestling shows that you enjoyed. I'm quite impressed.
Fully expected to go downhill from here, but those three.
I enjoyed Raw. I gave it a good rating. The Lyra and EO, but most of all, Chad Gable and Alpha Academy. They were awesome on Monday's show. And then SmackDown last week, I think I was more on the positive. I really liked Bianca and Tiffany. I just thought putting Jade Cargill in the Queen of the Ring was a problem to begin with, but they figured out a way that got them relatively out of it scot-free. So hey,
yeah, no biggie. We had a whole LA Knight segment. We had 4 of them even.
Yeah, I forgot that I was hitting you up during SmackDown because it was the first time since November of 2023 that, as you put it, which I was waiting until we were on live together because that popped me so much. This nigga, but this is spelled THHH. This
What
nigga finally realized he had a star that isn't injured. That was
Right?
great. That's one of the best messages you ever gave me. This nigga, THHHIS.
I love you, H. But you've been fucking up. Everybody's hurt, so let's put LA Knight on the sidelines. What kind of sense does that make? You fixed it, though. You fixed it. We're all good. He's got 2 feuds now. That's a win.
Yo, two more than last week. So wait, we on the positive beat right now. But yes, we're going to talk about AEW Dynamite as only we can. This is AEWramble, the best AEW Dynamite review on wrestling YouTube. You know, you guys gave us that honor. We're not going to shy away from it. We are it. So remember, we appreciate y'all for joining us live. We appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping the thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, you can hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. We're approaching a big milestone of 15,000 subscribers. We're less than 400 away from 15,000 subscribers, and we always appreciate anyone new who's going to subscribe. So hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. We're in the midst of 7 days of consistent content and 7 days of me being on this channel. Can't wait for Monday because damn, it's not going to break the streak until next Wednesday. But 8 days of me being on this channel, it's not going to break until next Wednesday. But yes, we got plenty of great content to enjoy because it's Double or Nothing week. It is King and Queen of the Ring week as well. Memorial Day weekend, a big wrestling weekend now. So we always appreciate the support. And of course, sound off in the live chat. We are the most interactive of all the wrestling YouTube channel. We try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, the most important thing you could do to show your support is send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It will make sure your comment is highlighted on screen. And of course, if you have a take, a thought, or a question that you want to have asked or read out, that is the best way to do it with a super chat donation. And it goes back to all the contributors you see on screen because we are a self-funded channel, aka, as Jimmy Macram says, we broke. We need it. And I got kids. I got kids to feed. But yes, we got Davion, who says Darby is the GOAT. Back-to-back weeks with Darby Allin closing the show out to a big ovation from the crowd, and I did not expect what he was going to have with him this week. This was a show that had a lot of outrageous wrestling things, but I enjoyed it.
Yes. Yeah, mostly.
We got Eric Isaacs who says, "Hey fellas, well this show had everything." Speaking of which, he said fire throwing, baby faces finally getting their revenge on the heels, lots of blood, and even hot lesbian action as well.
Sir, there's no need to be rude. They may be on the smaller side, but they're actually brothers. They're not lesbians. They're brothers. Matt and Nick are brothers, not lesbians. Have some respect.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Try to help.
You're not going to do that, AEW. You're not going to do that. We also got Fire Timer Finisher in the chat. He says, I've been saying wrestling needs more pyro specifically for the entrances, but F it. Let's put it in the wrestling too. I will say though, the fact that he came out with it to end the show, I literally put out to you and I put it out on Twitter. They gotta have a spot throwing now on Sunday. They gotta
Definitely.
put a quarter.
And Darby's gonna take it. You know this.
Exactly, you know it. You know 100% when I see Darby come out with long pants and a long sleeve shirt, I'm like, thank you. I know what I'm getting in this matchup. But knowing him, he won't. He won't even wear that. He won't even
Just
wear
burned. Fucking idiot. Jesus.
He's like, I'm not even supposed to be here. It's my day off. Did you hear about that? Fightful reported because Sean Ross Sapp got an interview with Darby Allin this week. So Fightful reported that Darby is the one that pitched him being the replacement for Eddie Kingston. He was on vacation with his parents. He was helping his dad move into a new house when he hears that Eddie Kingston got injured, and he's injured, but he says, "Hey, Tony, I think I should be the one to fill in the spot." And Tony says, "All right, if you can get medically clear from your doctors, your nose doctor, and AEW doctors, yeah, you could be in it." And apparently he was able to get clearance from all of them. Even though he specifically says, "I'm still in a lot of pain."
I love that. First of all, thank you, Darby, for throwing all those doctors under the bus. All clearly don't know what the fuck they're doing and are on the payroll. What the fuck? All right, well, Darby's a psychopath. We know this. And I appreciate it. But
You appreciate?
this is gonna go horribly wrong one day.
I really feel like you. I think you mentioned it like around the Revolution time. Like we're watching something like a wrestler unlike anything else we've ever seen. Like we've seen people like on this spectrum, but it's the heights that he's willing to take. Where his career, I really feel like we're one day gonna see Darby Allin's like last match, and we're gonna know it as soon as it.
Yeah. Yes, most certainly. And we'll all go, "Oh, they should have done this. They should have done that. They should have protected him." Yeah, but we're all cheering for it now. Whatever. Darby's a grown man. Do what you want.
Facts. We got Big Hero Chris says the Yankee fitted do be on point. I had to compliment my brother. Man. You got to show respect. You got to show love, man. But we got our first super chat donation from who else? The GOAT, Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. As always, we appreciate the support, and so does Tony Schiavone.
Listen up, you prick.
Will says Bianca beat Tiffany. EO had another banger, and LA Knight was all over TV. It's clear Triple H watch y'all. I mean, we've been said this. We said this during WrestleMania season. We was like, we know you watching H. We know
appreciate it.
Tony probably let it slip to Cody, and then Cody was like, "Yo, you should probably watch these guys on Thursday." They not only don't talk about AEW, they also talk about you for like the first 30 minutes. So you can just watch the first 30 minutes, and then they'll tell you what's good, what's bad, what you need to improve on. Yeah.
Do we think the plan changed with Tiffany's comments?
No. I don't think so, only because I think Joel made a good point when I was on In the Weeds yesterday, where he said it feels more like Tiffany's thing to win is the Money in the Bank, where you could make an argument that it probably had something to do with the decision, but you can also see how they're laying out that Lyra versus Nia in the finals. That is a good finals to have for the Queen of the Ring.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Motherfuckers love Lyra. She's really good. But just like, to me, there's a clear ceiling. Like whatever Benoit's ceiling was, that's her ceiling. Sorry.
Really good wrestler ceiling.
Really good wrestlers. Like, oh, nigga about to talk. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Spit this horseshit out. She's just a.
Hey, it could be like Roxanne. Roxanne to a lot of people is just a good wrestler, a good hand.
Huh?
And now Roxanne has shown that she's a really good heel, that she has that AJ Lee type of aura to her.
You think so? I don't buy anything she says ever. She gives me Jack Perry heel energy. Like,
oh God, no!
Stop! You don't stop fucking fake tough shit. If you get the fuck out of here, please. Look, I'm bad now. Look at my jacket.
I love how you're just saying you're basically saying, "Hey Jack, Roxanne, you're good people. I don't believe you.
I don't believe you.
You're a good person. I don't believe you."
Nah. Sorry.
You were too good as the white meat babyface that I don't believe you as the heel. That's basically what you're saying.
Not at all.
Fair. That is fair at the end of the day. But yes, keep sounding off with those super chat donations, with those comments in the live chat. Thank you so much, Will Sidell, for that first super chat donation. We also got our good brother Vala B, one of our members and moderators in the chat. He says, "I just can't deal with Matthew or Ron John Jackson promos, man.
They're fucking heinous. I'm sorry. And they're really short these days. They're just bad. Get that out of here. That raspy voice. What happened to his voice? Triple H has voice. Get out of here.
Get that out of here. Get that out of here. It's supposed to be over. That's the point.
You think it'll be over? Like once this pay-per-view happens, we'll be done. Can we turn
the
back?
I mean, the ending, the ending kind of alludes that it might be the end of this. Like they did this for the pay-per-view cycle, and then now the episodic television is gonna end again.
Thank God. Listen, I never want to say that. Please, I apologize. I won't complain ever again about the lack of story. Fine, you have your way. No more stories. Just fucking do your stupid matches. Because good Lord, I don't understand. There's only two reasons to do the storyline: art and money. It's not drawing anything, and it stinks. Why are we still doing it?
It does not stink. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. I've been thoroughly sports entertained week after week. I played it yesterday on Fightful Overbook. I like the fact that the story has progressed week after week since the last pay-per-view to now. Week after week, they've done something different to progress the story. I like that type of episodic television. I think the real problem of why it isn't drawing the way that maybe some of them are in the company or outside the company would hope it would draw is because it's the only one. It's the only one.
Think so? You think that's why? You think it's not because the Young Bucks never draw anything ever? Maybe, perhaps that's why.
That too.
Turn on TV and you see fucking Hulk Hogan. You go, oh, that looks like fucking somebody. I don't know what this guy's dealing with.
I turn that TV off when Hulk Hogan's on there now.
Matt Jackson, you go, what's this fucking person doing on my TV? He stumbled out of a fucking the reality show. This stinks. Get this guy out of here. I'm sorry. No disrespect. Who you somebody? Fucking Okada looks like somebody I should be watching. I don't know who he is, but he looks important. Matt Jackson looks like some guy.
I'm sorry. Like Okada had just his smile. His smile makes me want to watch. His smile when he came down from the show closing angle. I was like, why does he always do this to me? He pops me every time. He looked in the camera. I love it. I think that the Elite can be better and be more effective if they push forward the fact that Okada is the lead. Okay, put your best guy in front.
Yeah, but
the elite were actual draws when they actually put the main guy in front, Kenny Omega, in 2021.
That's a hell of a way to say it. They're really good draws when they put the main guy in front. That's sure. Okay, you can go with that.
You let the lead singer sing. Imagine if Nirvana came out and all we heard from everybody else except for Kurt Cobain. The fuck? Everybody else gets camera time except for Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain speaks Japanese. I don't really know what to tell you. What do you want to
He speaks English. He speaks English in one sentence, and that is better promos than anyone else in the group.
You get no argument from me. Certainly not.
I'm just saying. All right, but we come on air to this week's AEW Dynamite. The show took place from Bakersfield, California. What did you think about the crowd last night for AEW Dynamite?
Mid at best, kind of ass, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think it was mic'd well. Because I saw it was one of those instances of AEW where I see the crowd and it looks like they're into the show. I just can't hear them.
You might be on something. That could be it. Well, how are we still having technical issues? It's been 5 years. This should be a layup.
I don't know. Here we are. AEW Dynamite, the show opened with a intro that had clips from the new film Furioso, a Mad Max saga included. Excalibur then welcomes us alongside Tony Schiavone, Taz, and Don Callis, who is taking notes as we have Orange Cassidy teaming up with one of his charges of the Don Callis family, Will Ospreay. So we have kind of the lead member of the Don Callis family that really doesn't seem like he wants to be in the Don Callis family, and the guy they're recruiting that doesn't seem to care about the Don Callis family. Don Callis referred to them as both of his guys, and they are facing the heels of AEW International Champion Roderick Strong and Trent Beretta, their opponents for AEW Double or Nothing. And I think bell to bell, this was probably one of the best matches of the night. Just a really fun, exciting matchup that previewed two big matches for this coming Sunday. The chemistry between Will Ospreay and Roderick Strong was kind of explored in this matchup. Anytime they were in the ring, I was very much invested into the action. You had the grudge going on between Trent Beretta and Orange Cassidy. At one point, Trent tried to power drive Orange on the steel steps, but Ospreay was able to break that up before Roderick Strong took him out with the baseball slide double drop kick. It looked like the babyface were in control. At one point, the Trent Beretta tried to distract the referee, trying to untie the top rope. So as Strong fired off a sick kick on Cassidy, Don Callis left commentary and grabbed the leg of Roderick Strong, allowing Cassidy to avoid the end of Heartache. Cassidy hit a Stundong Millionaire while Ospreay hit an Os Cutter. As Bennett and Taven tried to jump in, Ospreay was able to avoid them. He hit a big flip dive to the floor and looked like the babyface were in full control, when out of nowhere on the ramp came Wardlow with a big clothesline to the back of the head of Ospreay. Beretta came into the ring. He hits a running knee strike on Cassidy, which allows Roderick Strong to pick up Orange and hit the end of Heartache for the heels to pick up the victory here. Post-match, I thought it was really effective, the post-match beatdown, as Beretta threw Cassidy to the outside, beating him down on the ramp. Don Callis tried to help out his charges, but Beretta yelled at him to stay away. Meanwhile, in the ring, the Undisputed Kingdom swarmed Will Ospreay, hitting him with the end of Heartache. Then he had the Undisputed Kingdom pick up Ospreay, and he hit him with the AEW International Championship, splitting his challenger wide open, blood pouring from Ospreay's head. Ospreay, though, cut one hell of a promo on social media with his face full of blood, saying that now he is connected to the International Championship because his blood is on it. I love that promo that was on social media. Hopefully they play it on either Rampage or Collision later this week. But I thought this was a really damn good matchup to kick off the show, previewing two big matches for Double or Nothing. And I thought the post-match angle was a good final build for both matches, as Beretta locked on the Google Plata on Orange Cassidy on the ramp while the beatdown on Ospreay was going on. What did you think about this opening contest?
I totally forgot this tag match was going to take place. So when Orange Cassidy's music hit, as you might expect, I got very depressed. And then Will Ospreay's music hit. I was like, oh, right. Tag match. I'm down. Sure. Let's watch this. It was a really good match. It's a really good, I don't know how long it was, 20 minutes? It was a long one. All this worked for me. Callis is fantastic. By the way, I know they're all in character, but saying, unfortunately, we're joined by Don Callis, who's done nothing to you, ever, by the way. It's kind of dickheadish. I thought Warlow came across, I mean, good, once we accept he's never going to be what he was supposed to be. He felt like a monster. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this match, Ospreay and Roderick Strong, as much as you can look forward to Ospreay fighting for the European Championship.
Hey, Shawn Michaels was the second ever European champion. Absolutely. And it wasn't just because he wanted to beat British Bulldog in the UK in front of his sister that had cancer. It had nothing to do with that. It was because he understood what it meant to win the European Championship.
Right.
Josh says getting Ospreay versus Wardlow will be fun. We also got
please don't. I don't need Wardlow losing another big match. I don't need that in my life. Sure. That's all. Fuck him.
He says the tag match was good. Big Man Dog says it's over for Wardlow, but I like this whole thing. Yeah, it was just really enjoyable, and I like the fact that they paired up Ospreay and Cassidy based on the whole stories that's going on with Don Callis. It was a nice way, and the connection that Cassidy had to Roderick Strong being the last international champion. This kind of just felt like the right type of like go home tag team match. It felt like an Attitude Era S where they put two feuds together in a tag team matchup before the pay-per-view.
Very true. Except it's only had 1 star. Not the show.
Cassidy is a star?
Yeah, see, not anymore. He's not. That's over. We're done with that shit. You feud with Trent Beretta. This shit is over with.
I saw someone post this week too. Like I remember All Out. I really thought Cassidy was gonna be in the main event after that. It's like,
imagine after WrestleMania 13, Austin just went back to feuding with like the Brian Pillmans of the world. Yo, what the fuck? What's something happen? What the fuck?
I thought we saw an elevation here. What are we doing?
Oh, that's true.
The vet says, and by the way, today marks 25th anniversary of the passing of Owen Hart. R.I.P. to Owen Hart. Yes, Over the Edge, 1999.
That's kind of Vince McMahon in a nutshell, ain't it? The show goes on. To the main events. What?
What?
Oh my God.
Doing? Oh, let's cut the camera over to Owen Hart's best friend Jeff Jarrett for an interview. What?
Oh, it's the most uncomfortable 30, 40 minutes ever.
Ever. Frantic Girl says, what's up, SP3, Jimmy, and Chad? We got Josh who says, I like that Strong and Trent might have been tagging, but clearly didn't like each other. Yeah, I appreciate that. Next up, we go backstage to Jimmy Macram's favorite act, the Young Bucks. They are backstage with elite security and held up a sign that said Darby Allin was barred from the building this week to ensure the safety of the locker room. In comes Sanjay Dutt, walks in and congratulates the Bucks on taking care of their problems lately with taking out FTR on Collision and banning Darby from the building, injuring Eddie Kingston. And he says that now he's going to have Satnam Singh beat down Bryan Danielson to take care of their last problem. Matthew told Dutt that if Satnam Singh beats Bryan Danielson tonight, cool. But if he hurts him, even better. Dutt said that Singh will break Danielson and cracks the pencil and like a pencil and laughs maniacally and asks for extra money in the check when he gets the job done. And the Young Bucks tell someone off camera to tuck in their shirt and let's have a great show. Let's go.
Yeah. This is one way to do it. You want to seem not as awful as you are, stand next to Sanjay Dutt. What the fuck? If you think you're hamming it up, he's about to show you what that's all about. What the fuck? That stunk. Props Nick Jackson for
you don't love Nicholas anymore? What's the hate on Nicholas now? Come on.
I love Nick. I love Nick. He's stuck in this awful thing right now. He'll be fine. Though props to him for his wardrobe. He's wearing like some type of woman's shirt. I'm not even sure what it is underneath his jacket. And it's fantastic. It's fucking hilarious. But yeah, this was awful.
I thought Nicholas was particularly great on the show. I'm sorry. Just me personally. I enjoyed it.
It's like they skipped the serious Vince era and they went right to like 2006. Like his shoot of God. Like, this is ridiculous. This is all dumb. What are we doing? Amen.
Next up, we get the Bang Bang Gang. That is officially the Bang Bang Gang. No more Bullet Club Gold. It even says it on their lower third. I love the fact that they come out with a wagon. And I also love the fact that Excalibur finally pointed out something that it should have been very obvious to us. But I love the fact that he beat it over the head of fans and let them know that these guys have no reason to be walking around with 3 sets of titles. They could just walk around with 1, but they have a wagon because they have 3 sets of titles. That makes them come off like just the most overbearing pricks that they just want to brag and show how much gold they have. That puts them over more. I love that touch. This was first time in weeks I got to compliment Excalibur on his job on commentary. Taz interjects and says, then what would they do with the wagon if they didn't have the 3 sets of titles? Love Taz mentioning that as well. Switchblade Jay White has a roll call with himself, fully cocked Colton Gunn, and Austin, who still doesn't have a nickname, before they run down Pac and I loved him. He kept conferencing the guns like pack, puck, pock, pock, puck, pock, pack, puck. Oh, pack. He left him laying at the.
Who wrote this shit?
Of the Bang Bang Gang. White said Pac made a series of mistakes in recent weeks, sticking his nose in their business where it doesn't belong. Pac then appears on the big screen on the Contron and says that they've wounded him up a little bit, but it's done. It's finally woken him up. He's been in this slumber ever since AEW Dynasty losing to Okada. He says, but 3-on-1 isn't exactly fair. So he says, maybe it's time I introduce you to my amigos. And if you thought the Bang Bang Gang's entrance was great, man, that Death Triangle entrance always hits hard. But Ray Phoenix, who the fuck did he eat? Yo, when he flexed, I was like, Ray, I see what you've been working on. Been working in the gym with AJ Styles out here. Shit. Pedro Bento, Zero Mero, and Ray Phoenix appear with Pac. Death Triangle reunites. They hit the ring for an all-out brawl. Bang Bang Gang get beaten down and retreat. Pac gets on the mic and he issues a challenge for the Bang Bang Gang to defend the unified AEW Trios Championships this Sunday at AEW Double or Nothing. The match was made official later on in the night, but specifically was not made for the unified AEW Trios Championships. Instead, the Bang Bang Gang would cut a promo later in the night and challenge with the Guns challenging the Lucha Bros for this Saturday on Collision. And if the Lucha Bros win, then the match on Sunday will be for the AEW Unified Trios Championships. I thought this was a great booking decision to kind of give some stakes and give a reason to watch Collision for a matchup that is relatively just the final build-up for the matchup coming up on Sunday. Jimmy, what did you think about this segment here?
Listen, I'm not going to complain. Jay White with a microphone, I'm happy. Not his greatest work ever, but it was serviceable, I suppose.
I thought the second promo backstage was better, actually.
Oh, certainly. This was on the rougher side. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. That guy yelling it out made me laugh. Who wrote this shit? I'm not entirely sure why it's funny. Sad it had to happen to Jay White, of all people, but it's hilarious. Listen, Death Triangle, they've been here forever. I'm glad everybody's back. But listen, I'm sorry. Somebody else, I'm over them. I'm over them as a group. They shouldn't win this match. I assume they won't. But yeah, this was passable.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see the Bang Bang Gang continue on this. I love the fact they put it out that they don't need to walk around with 3 sets of titles, which just puts them over more as heels to me.
That card is fucking hysterical. It's so dumb.
It's so dumb, but it works for them, and I already could see Juice with his little bike that he used to wear, have the wagon behind it, bringing it down to the ring for them.
By the way, I can't believe how much Juice is necessary for this group. They're just fine without Juice. With Juice, it's magic.
They're amazing. They're must-see television with Juice. Yeah. And see, we even got Ace in the chat. It says we want Juice back. Absolutely. I hope that if he's healthy enough, I hope like that would be the reason. That would be kind of a good like surprise to have him be the reason why they retain the titles on Sunday.
Ooh, that could be fun.
And plus, it would protect Death Triangle.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another group that like the most important guy. I'm not saying he's the most important. That's strong. Jay's still the most important person in fucking Bang Bang. But the number 2 is still very close to like the number 1 in that regard. I can't think of anybody. With them missing was like ruins the group.
I mean, I would say DX was not the same the second time because a lot of the reason is because China's not there. China really is like a key piece in the DX. Like whether people realized it at the time or not, she was the second.
You just see it. It's just not the same. Well, fucking serious muscle chick next to you. Yeah, that's good. Different engine Juice, but yeah.
We got in the live chat another super chat donation from the good brother Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Will says, I'm overpacked since he not jiving. What? He not jiving?
I hope you mean juice.
Or
I'm about to
juicing?
say, you mean juicing because he does look leaner. So.
He does. He does.
Not making any accusations or anything like this.
Or maybe it's because he's dry. And maybe, I mean, he's still dry. He's still dry pack, which is weird. It's still weird. It's still weird to me.
It is.
All right. Now it's time for what me and Jimmy Macram are going to assume is going to be the highest rated segment of the show. It is time for the learning tree. Hook is here for a three-way FTW title eliminator matchup. He goes up against Katsuyori Shibata and BK, Bryan and Keith, the winners of the Contender Series from AEW.
Was this a singles match before? Was this announced as a singles match before?
Was this announced as a singles match? No. No, it was announced as like a Contender Series. They teased it last week that it was going to be Hook and Shibata, but they didn't say it was going to be a singles match.
Gotcha. I wonder why this Negro's here. Let's see.
But, hey, the reason why this segment is going to be the highest rated, Chris Jericho is here along with Big Bill coming down to commentary. Jericho gives big thumbs up and finger guns to the crowd. They get on commentary. Keith wasting no time leveling Hook with a big boot right at the bell as Hook quickly fought back trying to give him the red brum, but Shibata broke it up. Everyone traded T-bone suplexes. Shibata fired off a STO as all three men were down when we went to commercial break. We come back from commercial break. Keith gets a near fall with a double underhook power bomb, but Shibata makes the save. Hook connects with the T-bone suplex on Shibata, but Keith briefly is trapped in the red rum, but Keith is able to escape with an uppercut headbutt. He connects with the diamond dust, but Shibata runs in with a PK, a fireman's carry neck breaker, until he sinks in the figure four leg lock. This allows Hook to come in and apply the red rum to Keith at the same time, which leads to Keith not only tapping out to one move, he makes sure that he has both hands to tap out to both moves. And referee Rick Knox calls this match a double winner as Hook and Shibata pick up the victory here. Chris Jericho wastes no time as the fans are chanting, "Let them fight." Jericho gets on the mic and agrees. He cackles and says that, I have to get my camera time. He says that this makes his job more difficult at Double or Nothing before he laughs and says, "Ha ha, but I'm not worried." Jericho warns them as the longest running for the world champion and botches saying the title name. He's just getting started as he says it's the first ever for the world rules triple threat match. And he says Tony Schiavone said that Tony Khan texted him that the match was official for Double or Nothing. Hook and Shibata just walked to the back together as Jericho and Big Bill waved to the crowd and gave them some more finger guns. As it's official, it will be a three-way FTW championship matchup. The Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata. What did you think about the matchup here?
Match is a waste of everybody's time. I'm sorry. Once Bryan Keith came out, I figured this was going to be a waste. And it was. I like Bryan Keith's character idea. I'm not sure it's a character, it's a concept. And I know you all love him, but I'm sorry. You know what, Negro's here. Time to take an L, sir. 2 L's even at the same time. Good Lord. Listen, I get you didn't want Shibata to take another loss, which I agree with. And you don't want Hook to take a loss.
Yeah. This actually surprised me because I was like, thank you, because I thought Shibata was gonna take another loss here.
Yeah, I just gotta wait till Sunday now. Hey, whatever. Feel free. Jericho was not at his best, but it was still pretty fun. I'm sorry. One thing I don't agree with is him not being plussed about the triple threat match. You would imagine he'd be a little concerned about that. But whatever.
I think he's not concerned because of the redwood of the Learning Tree. He could freely interfere in the matchup. So it's basically
if they just have him in the ring, just doing shit, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
They're basically gonna work it like how I think we either said it on this show or I said it on Collision Discourse this week. But I felt like the matchup that they should have done at Double or Nothing was a tag team match of Jericho and Bill versus Shibata and Hook, but it's FTW rules. It's a triple threat match. It's basically gonna be a tag team matchup because Big Bill
And on the
can
pre-show.
get it free.
Please.
It's on the free show.
It should be.
I hope it is. I was like, I hope it is.
I saw the card on not yesterday, Monday maybe. I was like, look at those 8 matches, so glorious. No way this is gonna fucking last, but it's nice to look at least.
But you know, those 8 matches are gonna deliver, and the 2 matches are gonna be but Bang Bang Gang versus Death Triangle. I mean, the only way they can mess that up by not giving it time or putting it on the pre-show. So that's 9 matches that are going to be good. And then you got this one. But this is the funny thing. We got King Potato who says this learning tree shit is ass. Honestly, I
come to the dark side, sir.
Jericho and the learning tree are only hated online. Because why is it that it's multiple weeks in a row Jericho's been in the highest rated segment of the show?
I don't know. It's not a Jericho thing because this wasn't happening a month ago. It's the learning tree. I don't know why, but the people get it. They get it.
It works. I don't care what y'all say. We called it working from the very beginning. From the first promo in, we were like, that's gonna work. And we have been proven right. Like,
it's the learning tree. That intro was hilarious. Death Rebel ass intro.
No, I'm the learning tree.
I'm sorry, it's fucking hysterical.
It's so good. It's so good. I don't care what anybody says. Y'all can have y'all 5-star matches. Y'all can have y'all. You're gonna have all that. I want me more learning tree. We got Randy Brown. He says, "What did Jericho change the FTW title name to for the World Championship?"
Yes.
Come on, get with the program. He's a hero. He's a godsend. We get a video package for Willow Nightingale and Mercedes Moné documenting their history 1 year in the making. This rematch coming up at Double or Nothing. I like that they showed the highlights from their first matchup at Resurgence last year and Mercedes Moné getting injured in the matchup, having to be carried from the ring, which blended nicely when they went through their history since AEW Big Business with Mercedes debut and how Mercedes continuously interrupted Willow Nightingale and the slow descent from the oh, I'm here and I love the fans Mercedes to the bitter Mercedes that we have now from last week, who was getting in Willow's face, talking about all of her accolades and how she was making history when Willow was just training, and in Willow putting her through the table last week. I think this was, I mean, you could have done something, maybe another go home angle, but that contract signing was so good, you probably would have ruined it by trying to top that. So I think they made the right move with just the video package here, which was a really good video package. What did you think?
Can you put that first picture up of Mercedes and Willow? Is this zooming possible on this?
I don't think so.
Please. All right, I'll move my head in. I love this picture.
This picture in a nutshell shows you who they are. Like, you don't even have to have watch. You see, one is staring at the title as something that she wants to achieve. The other isn't even looking at the title or her opponent, just posing to the crowd like, that's gonna be mine in a few minutes.
I couldn't even have told you that there was a title or Willow in this picture. I was looking at Mercedes' outfit. Really tight. I'll say that much. What were we talking about? Oh, right.
I'll put it up for you again.
Like, good Lord. I could tell.
I would love it. I think it would be a great story beat if she wore the same outfit.
Oh my God.
On Sunday.
I'm gonna concentrate. Well, anyway, all right. Focus. Yeah, Bitter Pack was good. This feud has been. Somebody said this feels like a secondary feud, like the feud Mercedes she'd had after her first feud against whoever that was going to be, Britt or Serena Deeb or whoever. And yeah, it does feel that way. It's a little, I don't want to say complicated. It's a little much for Mercedes for a feud. That aside, Willow's been fucking fantastic, and I think it's elevated her stock quite a bit. She should go over. I stick by it. Number one, you never have the big star lose the first match. This will be the first time that happens. It's fucking substantiates Willow as a star, and it can fucking be the reason for Mercedes' full-blown heel turn. I can't believe you embarrassed me in my fucking big debut. Time to fuck you up.
I don't mind it. I can't really argue against it. I think that the outcome should be Mercedes winning via cheating, because I think that the biggest mistake they could make is Mercedes winning clean. That's like the option E after like after everything else, after you exhaust all the other options, the worst possible option would be Mercedes winning clean. She needs to at least cheat to win if she's gonna win.
Yeah, I can't wait to get her back in the ring. I've never, ever, not once, turned around this far on somebody negatively this fast. I turned around on Nick Jackson positively really fast, but not negatively. From my favorite female wrestler ever to, I really hope she doesn't touch a microphone ever again. Ever.
Well, you said as a baby face.
She's not great as a heel. She might be acceptable as a heel. She's not great. Please, there's no need to talk. Just wrestle and look snoopy, please.
Josh says Willow won't win, but I agree that she should. I'm hoping Stoke and Chris turn on her and are with Monet. I think we've been calling for that since this feud started. So yeah, we're down with that idea. Next we get another commercial for the Young Bucks Reebok shoes, which once again Okada is the best part of that commercial. And we then get a video package for Jon Moxley and Konosuke Takeshita coming up at Double or Nothing. We hear Moxley saying that Takeshita started this game, and at the pay-per-view, they're going to finish it. It's going to be an IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Eliminator matchup. But before that, we get Takeshita going one-on-one with Matt Sidell with Don Callis in his corner. Excalibur talks about how Sidell teamed with the Blackpool Combat Club at Arena Mexico a few months ago. And I think that this was one of those cases where this went the perfect amount of minutes that it needed to. Sidell versus Takeshita here. Takeshita wastes no time connecting with a sheer drop brainbuster. He then Sidell counters a Blue Thunder Bomb into a Snap Hurricane Rana and a DDT. He goes to the top rope, but Takeshita avoids it. He hits a spinning Blue Thunder Bomb before Calix signals to end things, and Takeshita simply just picks him up, does a discus forearm, and that's it. 1, 2, 3, 2 minutes. Takeshita gets the win. Post-match, Takeshita acts like he's helping up Sidell before he pulls him into a release German suplex. He starts putting the boots to him when the music of the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley hits. He walks his way to the ring with a microphone in hand. It looks like he's about to say something when he levels Takeshita with the microphone, simply saying he will see Takeshita this Sunday before leaving through the crowd. This lacked a little something, and I'm no longer as excited as I was last week for this matchup because it's an eliminator matchup, and you could tell this company does not care much about Takeshita at this point.
You should see Takeshita complaining about his booking.
Yes.
As he should. Quite fucking.
Yeah. You didn't see the title for True Hill Heat last Saturday? It was as AEW fumbled Takeshita and Ricky Starks. And the answer that we gave was yes.
Yes and yes. That's a shame. I assume he's going to win this match, though I wouldn't be positive about it.
I honestly, I'm hoping they don't do any more angles so I can believe that Takeshita is going to win on Sunday. Because if they do an angle on Collision or Rampage this week where Takeshita gets the one-up on Moxley, then I'm just going to be like, oh, well, thanks for telling me that Moxley's going to win. At least this, and the fact that it's an eliminator match and not a title match, it does leave the option open that Takeshita can win.
I will say this. Jake Paul is fighting Mike Tyson, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what the other card for that is?
No.
Of course you know. Because you don't need to, because that's the only reason people are going to bet on pay-per-view. I don't understand why this match is on the card. It doesn't need to be on the card. I don't understand why it's here. It could be the fucking main event of some fucking show. Or the next one. Who cares? Why are so many matches on the show? Take the Triple H method. Not a 5 matches. That's a bit egregious. But there's no need
there's gotta be between the top 2 companies, there has to be a middle ground. We can't just have 5 pay-per-view matches on a 5 pay-per-view matches on a card, and we can't have 10. Like, we gotta get somewhere. 7 is the right way. 7 is the magic. 7 or 8. I would say 8 is tops. 7, 8 is the magic number for a pay-per-view.
Please. And fucking thank you. I don't understand. I don't get it. Well, what if you get mad about Becky not being on pay-per-view or Ellie not being on pay-per-view or Moxley? Who cares? They'll get over it. I did. Motherfucker. Jesus.
Motherfucker. Oh man, that's great. We also got here in the chat, good brother Brandon Brown, who has been gifted 5 True Hill Heat Wrestling memberships. Man, thank you.
I have no clue what that means. Please explain that to us.
I don't know what that means. I don't know if he's giving it away or he's giving that or he's giving away. I don't know.
Brandon, explain to us.
Yeah, Brandon Brown. Can you explain it?
I've only been on YouTube for 10 years. Explain it to me, please.
He's been on YouTube longer than us.
7 years. However long it's been. I don't know. But
no, we've been here for 6 years. You've been, since 2013, right?
When did Deadpool come out? The first one? 2016?
Yeah.
8 years.
Yeah, 8. Oh, it's 8 years? I thought you've been on longer than that.
No, Deadpool was the first one.
Oh, okay. That's fair. You doing Deadpool and Wolverine? I want to join you for that. I'm looking forward to that one. Yes. All right, but we got also in the chat with us, Frantic World says we need the people in New Japan to give Konosuke Takeshita a IWGP World Title shot. The other reason why I think that Takeshita could win on Sunday is that would make it easy for them to make it a 3-way for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship at Forbidden Door, because the rumor is that Naito is going to get the shot at Moxley at Forbidden Door. You could throw Takeshita in there so someone can take the fall there, because I don't know if New Japan wants their top guy to lose twice in 2 months to an AEW top guy.
Forbidden Door next pay-per-view?
Yeah.
It's my least favorite time of the year.
I know.
It's this guy! This fucking walking muscle. Who's the guy that had that match with fucking Moxley that you overrated? Give it 4.25.
Tomohiro Ishii.
It's Ishii! I'm trying to see this nigga, he loses. Why is this a big deal here? This walking thumb. Are you fucking serious?
So mad. So mean. Oh, man. Oh, we got Josh Matlack who says 3 matches could be gone. Mox, Takeshita, FTW title match, trios match, addition by subtraction, as they say. I don't mind the trios matchup, because especially if Jay gets on the main card, because I've been asking for that for like 2 pay-per-views straight. So I'm not gonna complain.
Okay, Orange Cassidy and Trent can get the fuck out of here.
Yes, I agree with that. That's a pre-show match. That's a pre-show match at best. We got.
Oh, sorry. Listen before shit.
Big Red Dog says, "Cry me a river if you can't get on the pay-per-view." And Brandon Brown says, "I paid for 5 people membership for a month." Okay, so that's why Josh. I think Josh now has the membership thing, because he didn't have it before. So, okay, gotcha. Look at that.
500,000 for Forbidden Door build, entirely possible.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna fall off.
With 600, it was 672 last week.
We literally have gotten down to what they needed to do minimum when they first debuted.
Oh, bite the bullet and snatch Matt Jackson off TV. Save your show. Hold on. Isn't this the time? You're about to negotiate, right? So, like, this would be the time where you would take Becky Lynch, you'll put on NXT. You don't have a Becky Lynch. So take Matt Jackson off of TV and save yourself. Get this deal done. What the fuck?
Oh, okay. So we got Safet, who says a breaking announcement by Triple H that the winner of the King and Queen of the Ring gets a world title shot at SummerSlam. Oh, fuck. Does that mean Randy Orton's going to win against Gunther?
Definitely. You're going to do Orton and Cody, right?
Yeah, that's the matchup to do. But this is why I didn't want them to announce this.
He fucking loves Randy Orton. I get it. It's your child. I get it. But good Lord, enough.
Good Lord. We're really going to have Orton beat Gunther? Really? No, that just totally, like, ruined my day. Like, what?
Listen, Gunther could win, and then you do Gunther versus fucking, what's his face? Probably be Drew at this point.
Yeah, Drew would probably win that clash.
I don't know who wins. I don't know why you're being annoyed. It's hilarious to me. It's definitely gonna be
really annoyed. I'm really fucking annoyed, yo. Some like fucking 2 pay-per-views between that and SummerSlam. What the fuck are we gonna do?
All right, so maybe he doesn't win. It's entirely possible. It's definitely gonna be Bayley and Nia Jax. Like, definitely. That's good.
I don't even know how to continue after this. Brandon Ross says, I can't wait.
Don't get yourself all worked up. You're all worked up about Bianca and Jade. I saw on Twitter. Like, it's not gonna happen. What are you worried about? And this might not happen either. Relax.
Oh no, my point still stood that the 2 African American WWE Women's Tag Team Champions immediately went after singles accomplishment after winning the tag team titles.
So what? It's the tag team titles. They've been nothing since they got here. What are we talking about? Look at these stupid belts.
Fucking man, but yes, I agree.
Oh, you've been waiting on this moment.
Heat Potato says y'all got brainwashed into believing that big nose fraud.
That's how you always know.
That bad. I ain't even that bad. I ain't never
that's how you always.
always.
That's how you always know this is a good faith take when big nose fraud is in there. That's how you know this is an objective view.
Big nose fraud.
Fuck his mouth.
Right.
What?
What? How we get here? Sheesh. Dude, acting like Diddy trying to get you in a hotel room. We see backstage the Young Bucks were handing out flyers saying that Darby was banned from the building when they come to their production seat and see none other than the AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland, who says, "What's up, turds?" He then gets up. Strickland takes the flyer and crumbles it up before telling the Young Bucks he hasn't seen Darby and they need to hit his music because he's about to go wrestle. They say, "Oh, we're not in charge of that. Go hit his music." As Strickland says, heads to the ring, smirking. As it seemed like he knew that Darby was going to show up. So, but that led to AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland going one-on-one with Nick Wayne. And once again, I would say just like the Takeshita and Sidell matchup, this went the perfect amount of time for me. I was like, I did not need a long drawn-out match. Yes, these guys can put on a great matchup. I don't need that. This is a build-up for the World Championship matchup. You need to establish that Swerve is on a higher level than Nick Wayne, and I think this match did that. You had Wayne early on playing cat and mouse before Swerve finally got his hands on him, literally started whipping his ass with his belt. It was all Strickland until Wayne was able to drive him headfirst into the metal part of the turnbuckle. Strickland went to the floor, ate a PK kick from the apron before Wayne tried a moonsault, but was caught by Strickland. But Wayne countered that into a spinning DDT as we went to commercial break. Wayne sent Strickland to the floor after the commercial break, tried for another moonsault. This time, Strickland was there to meet him with a back suplex on the edge of the ring. Strickland connected with the swerve stomp off the apron to the floor. Wayne dared Strickland to put him away, but he dodged the top swerve stomp. He got a code red for a 2 count. Strickland avoided Wayne's version of the house call into a pitch perfect power bomb into a power slam. He then apologized to Wayne before finishing him off with the house call for the 1, 2, 3. This went about 7 minutes. Did not need to be anything more than that. And then post-match, they made Swerve look like the smart babyface that the fans can get behind. You have Killswitch attack him from behind as Christian Cage and Mother Wayne came to the ring. Both checked on Wayne as Strickland was able to fight back against a Killswitch, hitting a low blow, sending him to the floor. This left Cage on his own, alone. The chase was on as Christian went full throttle through to the backstage area, all the way to the parking lot where he committed vehicular. He once again robbed somebody for their car, like he did in his rivalry with Adam Copeland. But it was like Strickland is smart and watches the show and knows that Christian does this type of shit. And apparently he knew exactly where he would be because the returning Prince Nana is there to stop Christian. Is there to stop Christian in his getaway car. This leads to Swerve pulling him out, bringing him to the hood of the car, DDTing him on the roof of the car. Nana then handed Strickland a steel chair so he could give a concerto, but Christian was able to run away. As Taz said, a message was clearly sent here. I thought this was a really fun final build to the pay-per-view as Strickland finally got the one-up on Christian here.
Fucking fantastic. It took forever for us to get here, but finally Swerve looked like a star. Beat the shit out of the skinny-ass Nick Wayne, as he should. 12-year-old. I think Swerve can handle it. Got rid of the fucking patriarchy. And then that shit in the parking lot, I always hope for fucking outside of the arena segments. They're my favorite thing. And this was fantastically done. I love that Sunday part 9 are back. Now, they kind of, we'll get to it. You're going to step on it. You kind of do the same thing later on the show. It's not important. Important that it was done here perfectly. And it was like, finally, this should have closed the show. Fuck your Flamethrower. I don't care what you guys talk about.
I saw somebody, make that argument to me as well. And I won't say you're wrong. I just want Flamethrower at me. It's a flamethrower. I'm just saying. We got King Potato says, man, you just called Ishii a thumb. Get off your high horse, Jimmy.
I did not. I'm not sure what you're talking about, sir. Please
you did call him a thumb.
No.
You said he's a human thumb.
Focus on the program, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you. And have a little more decorum.
Big Man Dog says they didn't have a single match that went over 15 minutes this week. So that's a win for me.
Goddamn right. Oh,
it's a go-home show. You don't need to have this stunning long match. You don't. There's a pay-per-view on Sunday. That's what you should be focused on.
Indeed.
Josh Matlock says the whole thing from Hello Turds to Christian Runaway was great. Yeah, I like the fact that this pay-per-view cycle, they have started the whole Strickland being an enemy of the Elite, where you could tell that that's kind of part of his story after the Christian matchup.
Yeah. Listen, all this is really well laid out. If you on paper, this is an idea. It's like if you get Pulp Fiction to a bunch of high school kids, tell them to do it. They're like, you know what? I like the script. I like a lot of this, but this stinks.
We got a super chat donation from the good brother Will Chisholm once again. Thank you so much, Will. We always appreciate the support.
You fucking mark!
Will says, do you think they do Gunther versus Cody at SummerSlam? No. Because if you're going to do Gunther versus Cody, you will win.
You Gunther win, then he would just fight what's his face, Drew or Priest or the fuck's the champion over there. Like, yes, it just feels like Orton and Cody, don't it? It just feels that way. I can't help it. Sorry. And Nia and Bailey, my other guess.
Yeah, obviously. And I don't think that even Lyra losing, I think she is going to be in the title picture though, because they kind of have telegraphed that with her being so heavily involved in the Liv and Becky rivalry.
Yes. That's another story that I think is really well done on paper. I don't buy Liv Morgan at all. I'm sorry. Not even a little bit. That promo she cut on Raw, I was like, holy shit, this stinks.
Dude, that whole promo exchange, I was just like, man, this doesn't feel hot at all. This feels like the 7th, 8th most important thing on this show.
That's egregious. There's no Rhea. There's no Cody. There's no Punk. There's no McIntyre. Why does this stink?
I was like, they've done such a great job of building up the King and Queen of the Ring that the world title and women's world title feel like non-existent on this damn show.
Goddamn shame. Hey, but this is what the Liv fans wanted. You want her to be in the spotlight? There she is. Here's your chance. It's you against the fucking biggest star left in the company. Great. What are you going to do? Nothing. Fucking nothing. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
Big Man Dog says, I like Swerve winning TV matches with his signature move instead of his finisher. Yeah, that's a nice little touch as well that they've been doing over the last couple of weeks. We also got Frantic Rose says, this was so good. We got, I know that's going to be the way to get Jimmy to watch Forbidden Door. Jack Perry versus Swerve.
I got to be honest, you probably should have did that this one. And if you want to do anything with Jack, you have to do the next one. Because this is already over. We're already done with Jack. Sorry.
Yeah, you got to strike while the iron is hot. And it's not hot. It's still warm though. So you can still do it.
It's still warm. It been 5 seconds. Still warm.
Still warm. So it's only been on the counter for about 5 seconds. Still warm. Oh, we got Power Driver Finisher. Says this segment was great. I was just thinking afterwards, in the end, Swerve was on the hood of one of the cars. Would have loved it if he done a Meteora stomped the windshield of the car where Christian was in. God damn. You wanted him to kill him?
As awesome as that would have been, I'm not sure this was the thinking behind it. It's too risky of like fucking he's fucking up his ankles. You gotta be careful. It's not like a straight surface. It's curved. You gotta be careful. So no, let's not do that.
I love that. Frantic World says Tony Khan said on the media call that Darby has a permit to use the flamethrower. Darby is a he literally know that I don't even need any confirmation. I believe it.
Yep, that's right.
Sounds about right to me. Sounds about right. So then next up, I thought was one of probably the best match on the card, in my opinion, as you had Malachi Black going one-on-one with Kyle O'Reilly, two men with kickboxing backgrounds, as they talked about throughout this matchup. And I just thought that this was the match for me because they were just kicking the shit counter. Kyle O'Reilly has been on a roll lately. I think I mentioned it. What was it on Collision Discourse? He had a great match with Lee Moriarty on Rampage. He had a great match with Adam Copeland on Collision the week before that. And this right here, this was one of the better Malachi Black singles matches that I can remember. It was just smooth how they were just going from kick to kick. The strike exchanges were real good. The exchanges on the mat with O'Reilly getting him down and trying to submit him at certain points with arm bars and cross arm breakers were really good. We got a sudden brainbuster for a very close near fall. Both men rise to their feet. They connect with dual high kicks at the same time. It was so smooth how they pulled it off. Then Black, the finish was great as Black pump faked a kick, which got O'Reilly to bite and block it, and then he just wipes him out with the end. That shit was so move. That shit was so move, and O'Reilly sold the shit out of it as he was just, it looked like he got knocked the fuck out. Malachi Black with his most impressive singles win in quite some time over Kyle O'Reilly here. Another matchup that didn't outstay his welcome, even though it was very competitive and back and forth. I think this one only went like 12, 13 minutes. Post-match, the lights start going red, and then all of a sudden, when the lights started going red, I was like, Oh, and then how they had the camera shot, I was like, no, they're not about to do this. Are they about to do this? Yes, they did it! The Brood bloodbath! We get the Brood bloodbath as blood pours on, and this shit looked like jam. It was chunky as fuck. It just pours on Malachi Black. I love Malachi selling it like he was fucking drowning. Then you get Adam Copeland. He pops up on the Contron. He's in a suit jacket, a all black suit, and he tells Malachi to be careful what he wishes for, and that he would see him very, very soon. And then he gives a maniacal laugh as he signs off. But what a visual of that match! And that's my standing ovation for the AEW cleanup crew. They did that. They cleaned up that shit in 3 minutes. That was impressive. That was the most impressive thing on the night. That they cleaned up that shit in 3 minutes flat. What did you think about Malachi and Kyle O'Reilly and the post match with the Brood bloodbath?
Malachi and O'Reilly was really good. That was fun. It's always fun to see Malachi singles match, and I think he's had quite a few of them recently. This is true. Post match was well done, but listen, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna let you guys rewrite history and pretend like Brood Edge was something impressive. I'm not gonna let you do this. He was just a guy hanging out with the guy. We're not doing this. Not gonna act like he all of a sudden he was the leader and he was doing bloodbaths. Stop it. We're not doing that. He was just some guy.
Well, he was the one. They were the ones that were actually doing the Brood blasts.
Brood gimmick is so amazing. Are you fucking serious? How long was it? This is weird. Why does the Attitude Era feel like it was such a... People bring up Hollywood Rock. It's not Attitude Era, but you get the point. Hollywood Rock, fucking two-man power trip, Brood Edge. These things were like 12 seconds. Would you stop it? Would you stop?
It's like talking about the Hollywood Blondes era of Stone Cold Steve Austin. It only lasted like 8 months. What are we talking?
What are you guys talking about? Oh. It's fun. It's fun to see. Sure.
Yeah, I've enjoyed this rivalry a lot more than I thought I would at the beginning of it. I will say.
Yeah, I must say. I'm actually having fun. I must say. I'm just having a blast. Looks like.
Yeah, you mentioned it last week that this is for all the criticisms Edge's run has had for him coming to AEW. I haven't not disliked any of his feuds. The Christian feud was a whole bunch of fun and gave us some of the best television in AEW at the time. And then this feud has finally kind of made Malachi into the single star that he always should have been here.
That's a fair point. I know people feel like it's hard to shoot his whatever. I don't really get that logic. It's fine. It's fine. He's having a blast. He's good at it.
Yeah.
Have fun.
We got King Potato. He says somebody had that heavy flow in the rafters, to say the least.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Y'all are wild for that. Wild for that. We got Power Driver Finisher says it was a good match. We also got Eric Isaac who says Brood Edge is back and the post match was indeed bloody good. I see what you did there. We got Frantic Rail who says I love this match and can't wait to see Brood Adam Copeland at Double or Nothing. Do you think we get Gangrel in his corner on Sunday?
That could be fun. I think I'm down for that. As long as he doesn't wrestle. To be fair, I'm never really good. But to have him there could be fun.
So, because you could get I know she's injured, but she could come for just one. You could just have Gangrel do the spitting of the blood into Buddy's face, and then he turns around, and then Julia misses him.
I'm down. I'm down for this being as ridiculous as possible. Please. This is all very silly.
I'm here for all of it. We got Big Man Dogs. He says people are acting like Brood Edge is an alter ego on the level of Biker Taker.
Like it was 3 years of just Brood Edge. What?
No, he wasn't even in the Brood that long. Like, what are we talking? He literally feuded with the Brood probably as long as he was in the Brood.
You might be onto something. This is like prime Vince Russo, so we're not doing anything long in a few weeks.
No.
Let's go.
It's like Ministry. It's like Ministry Brood. Brood was in the Ministry for like a cup of coffee.
And then they were kicked out that fast. Like, what? Oh.
Like, it's been 2 months. That's too long. That's too long for Vince Russo.
Love you, Vince.
Banging and banging. I mean, if Gangrel comes back, that's got to be his catchphrase.
Oh my god! Come back, Gangrel. Get paid at least.
Yeah, get your payday. Hell, man, why not? Why not? He got a payday before. Remember, he showed up with the Hardys, I think, on like one of those live rampages or collisions. It was. I forget.
Live rampages or collisions? Was Punk on the collision? No, I didn't see it.
We got a video package for Anarchy in the Arena. Bryan Danielson is shown screaming that he has to fight for AEW because he loves this place. There's also footage from Collision last week of the Righteous and Lance Archer laying out FTR, who Danielson said won't be at Dynamite this week. And if the Elite want to take their shot, they better not miss because they won't like the consequences. We shall see. Next up, we had the women's in action, a women's tag team matchup. AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Toni Storm and Mariah May with Luther versus the Outcasts, Saraya and Harley Cameron with Zach Knight in their corner. This was an instance of what happened 2 weeks ago with Mariah. This was the juxtaposition from last week. 2 weeks ago, we had Mariah May and Harley Cameron, and I was like, that's not going to be good. And it wound up being a fairly decent matchup. Last week, we had Timeless Toni Storm versus Harley Cameron, and I was like, hey, I'll give Harley a chance. I'm going to be optimistic about this. And it wasn't a good matchup. This week, I was like, oh man, Timeless Toni Storm and Mariah May versus Saraya and Harley Cameron. If Mariah May's not in the matchup, this is gonna be bad. And it was actually a fun matchup because you had the little story play between Saraya and Toni Storm, them taking shots at one another early on. Really got kind of told the story of where the different versions and the commentary talking about the different versions of the Outcasts. This group has been around for a year and change, and already we've had 3 different versions of the group. That's outrageous. But the action breaks down where all 4 women are in the ring. We get simultaneous sunset flip power bombs out of the corner. We get a dual lesbian hot lesbian action as Storm and May give double kisses to the Outcasts. May hits the Mayday on Saraya, while Storm hits the Storm Zero on Cameron to get the win for the baby faces here. And I said baby faces for a reason, because we finally got some good build up to the AEW Women's World Championship matchup, because Tony Khan and AEW finally figured out Toni Storm is the baby face, Serena Deeb is the heel. It only took them the last week of the build-up. Serena Deeb comes from behind and she hits Luther with the steel chair. She lays out May, throws her to the outside. This leaves Deeb with Toni Storm, who was about to undress behind her flag again, like she did on Collision. But she uses a high heel to turn heel. Very well done. Get it? Then she uses the steel chair. She opens the steel chair onto Tony's back and locks on the half crab. This looked bad. I was like, damn, that shit had to hurt. And the referees pull her off, and she regains her Deeb Dojo flag. But, man, I only wish I would have figured that out like 2-3 weeks ago.
Could have been fun. Could have been a fun build-up. But this was
a nice final build.
Yeah, good match. Good build at the end. Deeb looks like Deeb should have always looked, because she's fucking like a very pretty monster. Like, she comes across like a nut. I'm here for it. I never know she's gonna lose pay-per-view, but hey, that's fine. Match should be good. I expect it to be good at least.
Yeah. Tony seems like she's got her working boots when she's in there with someone capable, not Harley Cameron. But so I think that it's gonna be good on Sunday. We got Ace in the chat who says this tag match was fun. We also got Eric Isaac, who mentions that congrats to Ruby Soho getting married this week. She got married to, of course, her significant other, Angelo Parker. They are having their first child, and they got married this weekend. So congrats to them. We also got King Potato, who says Tony had the neck brace on a little too tight those first few weeks of the Tony Deeb build up. Now that his brain is getting the proper oxygen, he can finally book his talent properly.
We can go with that.
We'll go with that.
That sounds 4.5 years, but sure.
Points were made. We also got Josh who says AEW needs to better at setting up the heel face dynamic and who's playing which. They messed up Deeb Storm and Monet Willow in this regard. Monet Willow, at least they figured that out like 3 weeks ago.
True.
Like, this is egregious that it took them the final week for Deeb and Storm.
Well, how would they know? Tony Storm's only being cheered for 4 months now, 5 months.
For the entirety of 2024, at least. I mean, they should have figured it out when they bring in someone new in Deanna Purrazzo, and the fans pick Tony over her.
Very true.
That should have been the big clue. But you still had an over babyface in Thunder Rosa to get one more month or one more pay-per-view cycle out of a heel timeless Tony Storm. But that was it. There's nobody else after Tony Storm, after Thunder Rosa, because Tony's already faced Willow a bunch of times anyway. That's the other over babyface they have. They have 3 over babyface on this female roster. It's Thunder Rosa, Willow, and Chris Statlander. That's it.
Oh, that's very true. Things are gonna look very different after Sunday. It's on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So
we got Project Finisher says, yeah, man, what a waste of a few weeks. And they used her health stuff. I'm like, let's see where this goes. But obviously should have been a heel since day one. 100%.
Fucking duh. Yeah.
And we got we're here. Eventually you got here. So, can't dock you for points for how long it took you. But we got a super chat donation from the good brother Tyrone Kidd. Thank you so much, Tyrone. We appreciate it.
He wants me to work with pricks constantly. That's what it is.
Nevertheless,
Tyrone Kidd says, anyone scared of the Fozzy Swerve concert in the UK?
What?
Wait, is Swerve in that concert? Because I saw the announcement for the Fozzy concert on the Friday before AEW All In London. But is Swerve going to be on that concert?
Holy shit. What a terrible idea. Oh my God, yeah, he is. Kanye West, for all of his psychopathy, made a very good point about music. He was glad he didn't do the Lady Gaga concert that they were supposed to do. They're supposed to have a series of shows. He said concerts are like church. You can't have a fucking half Muslim, half Catholic church. You just can't. You can't do us. First of all, neither one of them are great. Number one. I don't want to see a Swerve. I can't imagine the reaction Swerve's going to get from an Ozzy crowd. A fucking Fozzy crowd. Oh my God. Jesus.
That seems like a mistake. Seems like
whatever. Mistake. Swerve deserves it. Whatever reaction he gets, he deserves it. Sorry.
Hey, I didn't forget. He's gonna be a heel if he starts in Ospreay at that show. So even though now that Ospreay is going after the international title, I think that they're gonna do Swerve and Hangman at All In.
Does Hangman come back tomorrow? I mean Sunday?
I don't think Sunday. I think they should wait.
Right,
you know them. They got a whole pay-per-view cycle before they have to build to All In. So probably Forbidden Door after Forbidden Door he comes back.
I'm not mad at that then. Sure. You don't know that.
And that would make sense if they do Jack Perry and Swerve at Forbidden Door. You have Swerve win, and then Hangman comes in and he rejoins the Elite, and you continue the Elite versus Swerve, but with Hangman as the proxy.
Well, at least Hangman be around, so therefore Hangman can fucking talk.
And I was digging Hangman's new heel character. He's paranoid. I'm justified. Basically, cut West Virginia and Bret Hart in 1997. I'm not the heel. I'm the good guy.
Say sorry to everyone he hurt. Oh, would you stop it? Being an idiot in interviews doesn't mean you hurt anybody. Grow up. I'm gonna fucking have a fake apology to you. Shut up. Who cares? He's a Nazi. He's a black Nazi. So what? He's not hurting anybody.
He don't need to apologize like Diddy. I'm just saying.
Oh, it's one of my favorite videos ever. Disgusting.
Nah, my favorite video ever is Cameron's interview on CNN.
Oh my god. Why do people invite Cameron to do things? Especially when Mace is right there. You want to talk about Diddy? Mace is right there.
They showed the clip where Mace talks about it, and like, yo, Mace was freaking. He tried to tell us why would a rapper at the peak of his powers, at the peak of his popularity in the 90s, decide to leave the hottest hip hop label at the time? Why would he do that? To just leave the business completely and become a preacher because he needed to get closer to God after spending time with that person? What he tried to tell us? He tried to tell us the whole time.
That shit is hysterical. I'm sorry. It's so much fun. He's out of his fucking mind. I can't knock it. He had to run away, join God, just for a few months to get the shit out of my system.
And then he show. Did he come back like 8-10 years later? Welcome back.
Welcome back song. I love that song.
I do too. I love it. That's still my jam. That might be my top 5 Mace song right there. I love it.
That's definitely contention. Yeah, whatever Diddy's accused of, I believe 100%. I think he killed Tupac. I think he killed Biggie. I think he scarred beside people's fucking heads. I think he blew up Kid Cudi's car. I think he punched Drake in that fucking club. I believe he shot that gun instead of Shine.
I think he set up Shine. Yup.
Yeah, all that. I buy it.
That's where I've been. I've been on the fuck Diddy since Shine. Shine's interview in jail. I was like, no, I believe him. I believe every word he's saying. I believe Diddy set him up. Yeah.
Goddamn right. What the fuck? He's a monster. I can't even imagine kicking someone like that. That's not true. I kick a man like that. But a girl, let alone your girl, is wild. Jesus.
That's wild. Right. That was horrendous. Horrendous videos. We got another super chat donation from the good brother Will Chesum. Thank you so much, Will. As always, we appreciate the support.
Let's fucking go.
We got Will who says, this feels very Vince. Hey, pal, talk about how you almost died, but you're going to be here. You're going to be here the last minute.
Listen, that shit is so fucking, it's gross.
Yeah. Sorry, Charlie.
Charlie. Did Meek?
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm just reading. Do you think Diddy did Meek? Meek has got some questionable like photos and shit. Like I don't want no smoke. Meek is about that life. Just because you like to play around doesn't mean you're not about that life. But not be shocked. No. In fact, bunny on it. I'm 70-30. Yeah. So,
I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. We also got Josh who says Hangman's Madman gimmick is great. Absolutely. And I want him to come back and say, I'm the reason why you didn't win the title at Revolution, because I could have got out that choke. I want him to confirm that he just tapped out to make sure Swerve didn't win the title then. And the only reason Swerve won the title was because he was gone.
Ooh. Oh, he's definitely got to cut out. I'm going to save AEW from you promo. He's got to. Got to. Except probably this time.
That's so good. Oh, man. That's so good. Oh, I need that. I need that in my face. Like right now. I'm here to say AEW from people like you. We got another super chat donation from the good brother Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will.
That's fucking bullshit.
Will says, remember the rapper Houston took his own eye out after what he saw at the party.
Yo, I can only imagine what goes on at those fucking parties. It's probably all cool and shit. Then clock strikes 12 and shit goes sideways. Time to go.
It's like the what was that movie with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, Eyes Wide Shut. Eyes Wide. It's like one of those parties.
I can't imagine you're a straight guy there. All of a sudden, this girl's getting naked and shit. You know, I'm gonna hang around. This is my kind of fucking party. All of a sudden, the door locks. Diddy's in the corner. What? Huh? How bad do you want to be a star?
You got a whole, you got like this one girl's like, oh, come over here, have your way with me.
Oh!
But it's on lights out in the room, and Diddy's in the corner.
What you walk out with is a fucking sore butthole and regrets. My neck and my back. Record deal. Not even a good one because he fucks you on that too.
This is true. Big Red Dog saying, I mean, judging by how the Bucks are LARPing as NWO, we're gonna get Crow Hangman.
Oh my god, Hangman is pointing a bat. It sounds hilarious.
I want to hear Hangman's infant child doing the voiceover at Starrcade. He's a man who just came. He's a man who's destined to save AEW. Riding in on his horse. But finally, we had the main event of AEW Dynamite this week. The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, going one-on-one with the member of Team TNA, Satnam Singh, along with Sanjay Dutt, Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett. The match itself, it was what it was. It was a David and Goliath type matchup. The size difference between Singh and Bryan was absolutely ridiculous. This was Satnam Singh's first singles match on AEW television. The bell sounds and Danielson started firing off kicks, but he quickly ate a big boot and a massive chop from Singh. He delivered a delayed vertical suplex as Danielson went to the outside, was set into the steel steps. Dutt tried to clear off the announce table, but it completely imploded on itself. Meanwhile, Danielson hit multiple running knees off the apron, sending Singh into the barricade. He tried for a charging knee, but was caught and chokeslammed right on the apron by Singh. Singh ripped off the top turnbuckle and wanted to slam Danielson into it, but the referee put a stop to it. With his attention turned, though, Danielson was able to hit a big low blow, followed by the psycho knee, sending Singh into the exposed turnbuckle. He tried for another, but he ran right into Singh's clutches. Danielson was able to kick his way out of that, but Singh hit a big overhand chop, a violent one that sounded and echoed throughout the building. He wanted another suplex, but Danielson was able to get to his shoulders, hit the hammer and anvil elbows before locking in the label lock on the large giant. Before he was able to tap, though, Jarrett and Lethal attacked along with Sanjay Dutt. Commentary said that the intention was never to win. It was all about hurting Bryan Danielson. Post-match, Jeff Jarrett tried for a guitar chop, but Danielson was able to duck that and hit a series of knees on both Jarrett and Lethal. He tried for a guitar shot on Dutt, but he was able to duck, and Satnam Singh punched the guitar, imploding that. The Team TNA put the boots to Danielson. After that, the numbers got the better of him, which led to our EVPs, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, making their way down to the ring, raising from the stage and walking to the ring with an envelope of cash that they gave to Sanjay Dutt, who took the payoff, and Team TNA left. This allowed the Young Bucks to put the boost to Danielson. They went for the EVP trigger, but Danielson was able to dodge it with the Bucks colliding knees. He fought back for a little bit before Kazuchika Okada's music hit. He comes down with a big smile, which distracts Danielson long enough for Jack Perry to attack from behind. Okada hit the Rainmaker in the ring. The Elite then dragged Danielson up the stage as Okada revealed some 2 tables by the stage, but then we had the Contron pop up as we go to the parking lot, and we see a white van, a white truck pull up to the arena. Out comes Darby Allin, and he has a gun of some sort in his hand, and he is driven by Tony Khan, who is back, who drops him off, gives him a fist pump. This leads to Darby coming out with a goddamn flamethrower. This fends off the Elite long enough for Nicholas Jackson to run up on Danielson, who pushes him off of the stage into the 2 tables as Team AEW stands tall to end the show with the Elite bailing. Nicholas Jackson is going crazy, yelling into the camera about they ruined it. They ruined it. He was bleeding from the back from the table bump as Team AEW stands tall ahead of the Anarchy in the Arena at Double or Nothing. I enjoyed the post-match angle. The match was what it was. It served the purpose, and it was probably the best that Singh has looked in AEW. He's in there with the best wrestler in the world, the best wrestler ever, so that makes sense. And the post-match angle with the flamethrower sets up for what I think is going to be probably the big moment of Anarchy in the Arena when the flamethrower is used. What did you think?
I don't want to get into it. The match was a mess. I'm sorry. Dragon is fantastic, the best ever, as we already said, but Singh just has no feel for this whatsoever. He's moving too early, or he's moving too late, or he just stinks. Sorry, he's impressive looking, but that's about it. As far as post-match goes, I don't know why I get a kick out of everything Okada does. From the entrance to people acting scared that Okada's showing up, even Dragon seemed concerned. This was just great. And then the flamethrower. Whatever. I'm sorry. I'm not here for any of this. I'm over it. It's just stupid. I'm just over all of this. In this movie. 3 more days till it's over. Just hold on. Darby's fit was heinous, by the way. Oh.
He really likes that pink jacket.
Yeah. Why? Why? What is going on? He's such a weird dude. What the fuck?
I enjoy it.
Look at him. That's not a serious person. That's a guy who's played by Jim Carrey in a movie.
Yo, that would be in the Darby biopic. Jim Carrey plays Darby Allin. Give me that. I am here for Jim Carrey playing the role of Darby Allin in his biopic.
Yeah, it's almost over. It's almost over. We made it. I don't know if AEW's gonna make it, but we made it.
I think they're gonna make it. I think the good news for them this week was that the NBA got picked up by ESPN, NBC, and Amazon. So
if they're desperate for a deal, it's good news.
WBD is going to be desperate to retain all their properties, I feel.
No, I don't think so. They've been very clear that they're not overpaying for anything. Not a thing. Not a single thing they're going to overpay on. So if you're going to take a discount, sure. I mean, sure, that's fine.
What do you think? What do you think is the deal they get?
Say a 5% increase over the one they have now. I think they were looking for 10, I think.
I would say probably if they sign like a 5-6 year deal, they get anywhere between 500 to 600 million. But if WBD is going to think about like retaining them as like it's 52 weeks of live content, regardless of, and they always rank in the top 5 to 6 in the demo anyway. So that is a property that you're going to want to keep after you lose the NBA. I say if AEW decides they want to sign more long-term, like a 10-year deal, and I think it's going to be broken up, I think then they would get the $1 billion that they are looking for, but they're going to have to do a 10-year deal to do that.
I don't want to get myself in more trouble. I mean, I know you guys don't care about WBD as much as you care about AEW. They're an incompetent group. I don't really know what else to say it. They're incompetent people. They're fucking $40 million in debt. They're just not a competent group of people. They fucked up their film system. They lost the NBA. I don't know what this deal is going to look like if they even want it. Like, I don't know what they want. I'm sorry. No disrespect. I'm sure you guys are great.
No, this is honest. This is honest, like looking at WBD, because I think that so much of the wrestling landscape is thinking about, oh, what does AEW need to do to get this deal? But they aren't looking about who they're looking to get this deal with and all the issues that WBD has. And I think you kind of illustrated that in a very quick way right there.
Yeah, fucked up DC, fucking making movies and not releasing them. So we try to save on taxes. Like, they're just it's incompetence and a jarring amount.
That's why I'm more interested is if AEW waits until the end of their negotiation window where they're able to hear from other parties.
Oh, they certainly should, not only for leverage, but listen, finding a good partner is better than finding a partner that pays you more money, in my opinion.
And honestly, they should really go the WWE route of splitting, not just putting everything on one property. Is splitting, is getting money from here and there.
Will Chisholm just had a good point. I think that's what he's trying to do, though. Like the ROH thing, just wants to have a win. Look, so to get ROH deal, I did. You're welcome. No,
Honestly, I think we're going to go to the place of not only is I think that they're going to do like if it's just with WBDs per se, they do Dynamite and Collision on TBS, TNT, and I don't think that Rampage is going to be on one of those networks. I think that the move is to put Rampage on streaming on Max with a Ring of Honor and some pay-per-views. And I think that the smart move is not to put all your pay-per-views on Max. That is a mistake. That is a mistake that WWE is still living through.
Right? What a terrible idea that was. By the way, you saw something's going to be 2 nights, right? Not this week, this year.
2 years. 2 years from now. Yeah.
Here's my prediction. First of all, companies don't ever want to make less money. So when they see more money, this is not going to stop at SummerSlam. Certainly not. The Rumble, definitely. There's 2 Rumbles.
Yes.
And then
yes.
I think, I got to be honest, in 5 years, 10 years, all pay-per-views will be 2 nights. All of them.
No, I see, you're thinking too small. I think they're going to go 3 nights at WrestleMania. They're going to go 3 nights at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Mania? Definitely.
3-night Mania. Because if you start having other pay-per-views do 2, what's it to make it different from WrestleMania? They're gonna do another night of Mania. They'll do Friday. They're gonna probably move. SmackDown is gonna move nights eventually. I don't know if it's gonna be soon, but they're gonna move eventually. They're gonna get off of Fridays because I never thought that was a good night for them anyway. That's just what Fox wanted them to go on. They're gonna move SmackDown over. And then they're going to do 3-night WrestleMania. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night.
Almost guaranteed. Take all this to the bank, ladies and gentlemen. Buy your stock now. I'm telling you.
And this is all and Stat King said it in our group chat earlier today. This is all about freaking Endeavor trying to make back the money that they put into this merger. They spent $21 billion on this merger of WWE and UFC. Yes, Jimmy is 100% right. SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, all going to be multiple nights. Money in the Bank in 5 years.
Then there'll be Money in the Bank. Then the Elimination Chamber. Like, it is what it is. Like, motherfuckers are greedy. That's how they get you.
And the ticket prices are only going to go up. So
I feel bad for you guys who go. I don't. I just watch my $10 Peacock. So I'm good.
Hey! Now that Triple H, we firmly established Triple H watches the show. We should be applying for media when it's in New York, when it's near the New York City area. Me and Jimmy, we should get our media passes, and we should be able to go for free. We don't want to pay those prices. We got King Potato says Double J, the real demo god. We're gonna see Double J in the main event. I don't know. We might see the bump. Might see the bump.
It's possible.
I'm just saying. I'm holding out hope. Team TNA is still a bump. Hard Finisher says tables, chairs, and flamethrowers. Indeed, it was. He says, "Nah, realistically, Santam was selling a little too quickly." Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what's he from? What does he do? Like, what did he do before this?
He was a basketball player. He was the first Indian-born to be drafted to the NBA. I don't think he ever played a game, but he was drafted.
I would imagine. I'll be nice. I don't. That's jarring. He got drafted. What? Seriously? He doesn't seem like the most athletic person in the world.
Yeah. King Potato, but that's the thing. He says, I don't think they'll get the deal they want. They might not get the deal they want with WBD. That's why I'm really emphasizing that you need to look outside of WBD. If they ain't going to give you the deal you want, you have a product that is going to be wanted by somebody for the price that you want to get. Because it's 52 weeks of live content. That is so valuable nowadays.
50 weeks live content that they don't have to pay production for. Typically, that's on AEW's end. Yeah, I mean, listen. Go for it. Take Matt Jackson off TV. Get your 50,000 bump, and then fucking go out to the marketplace. I'm trying to help.
You are not going to convince these people nor me that Matt Jackson is the reason. It's going to be that much of a difference.
He's going to lose $100 million because you won't take Matt Jackson off TV. On what planet is that?
We had him on TV, and everybody complained it was the worst run for AEW.
That's why there's no Matt Jackson.
The month of December last year. The month of December. Frantic World said someone said WBD was going to use their NBA money to keep all the shows on TNT and TBS. Well, that somebody don't know what he's talking about. And then we got a super chat donation from our good brother Will Chisholm. Once again, thank you so much, Will. As always, we appreciate the support.
Tony Khan, this is also on you, because you can stop this.
Will says, Tony needs to stop trying to get ROH in the club. The only place wanted it was the CW. Man, the CW took NWA. There's got to be somebody else out there that will take Ring of Honor.
He was trying to justify this expense. It's not justifiable. Took a loss. Let it go. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Especially
because you don't put any effort into it. You book it like you booked AEW Dark. It's just AEW Dark with a new name.
Here's what I don't understand. You don't care about it, right? Why not hire somebody to do that? Like, what's Vince Russo doing?
Just give Jimmy Jacobs the book. Like, do you really need Jimmy Jacobs that bad on AEW? Just give him the whole book for Ring of Honor.
And if it's terrible, it's terrible. So what? You can fucking fire him. Who cares? Jesus.
And then you can blame it all on him. You could be like, oh, you see, we got King Potato who says, always explore every option presented to you. Tony has an unholy allegiance to losers. And those losers are WBD. An unhealthy allegiance to losers.
Like, I get why. I mean, they had the deal before they even launched. I get it. I get why you would think you guys are in this together, but you're not, though. You really aren't. If you start bringing 100,000 people, watch how quickly they don't like you anymore. That's how that works.
Facts. You start drawing like TNA Impact. They
like, now all of a sudden they're not taking Tony Khan's phone. Their phone doesn't work anymore. Who would have thought? It's weird.
Their phone service went out. What's going on? Big Man Dog says CM Punk did predict the WrestleMania buy 3 get 1 free extravaganza. He did. He wasn't a part of the company then, but he did.
Yeah, buddy.
And finally, we got another super chat donation from the good brother Will Chisholm. Will Chisholm's back in his bag. We appreciate you, good sir, as always. For the support, we always appreciate it. So
they go on Twitter. I don't see how this is going to work. This is absolutely ridiculous, Sid.
I feel like he's the guy. He's the guy that's going to be the next bump when he returns.
MJF.
We'll get a $50,000 bump at least.
Oh, certainly. But the only person left who would do that. So maybe Omega.
Yeah, I'd say the combination of them both coming back will help. Tremendously. I hope. I'm hoping. My fingers are crossed.
Clock here. Speed this shit up.
Yeah, for real. Will Joseph says SummerSlam 2 nights and them working in Japan. How long before we get a PLE in Japan? It's please believe, but if you get a PLE in Japan, it's not gonna be like something that you have to watch because WWE realizes not a lot of people gonna wake up at 3 a.m. for a Japan show.
What was the last one they did? Like 3 a.m.
I think the last one they did in Japan was that show where Finn
Balor
Balor
beat... but like overseas in general, where it was really
overseas was Elimination Chamber in Australia. That started at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, something like that. It'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll be all right. But yeah, I think we're probably like 2026, 2025, one of those B pay-per-views will be in Japan.
That's probably a good call. Nick Khan is really good at his job. His job is making money. So I kind of find it gross, but he is really good at his job.
Yep. He really is. I said it before. He is like the best signing in WWE outside of Gunther in the past 5 years.
You might be right. Because a lot of this shit is like common sense shit. WrestleMania 2 nights, like, yeah, why not? It's a psychopath. An incompetent nut. That's why. Yeah, that's great.
We got Joe Burrow in the chat. Thanks for joining us, good sir. He says Beast in the East 2026 featuring IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Evo.
Why do you guys hate Evo so much?
Because he's a good wrestler who actively tries to be bad.
Oh, Jesus. What?
I've never seen anything like it outside of Jeff Jarrett in 2003. That's the only two instances where it was wrestlers who can be good who are actively trying not to be. But yes, I digress. But that brings us to a close on another edition of AEWramble reviewing AEW Dynamite. Final call for Super Chat donations, as well as let us know in the live chat your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP. Out of 10, what did you give last night's show? And thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. For me and Jimmy Macram, we'll put our thumbs in the middle for the May 22nd, 2024 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Jimmy, out of 10, what did you give the show?
I'm going to give it an 8. It's my first 8 in fucking forever. I deserved it. My third 8 since Friday. I give it an 8. That was a really good show. I thoroughly enjoyed that show.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10. Anything that I disliked, it was pretty minor. And I think the job of a go home show is to build up the pay-per-view. And I think that every segment on last night's show was trying to build up at least one match at the pay-per-view. And I literally messaged Jimmy last night. I was like, after the first hour of the show, I was sitting there and I was like, does Tony Khan only know how to book the weekly product if it's a go home show or the week after a pay-per-view, and he has totally lost the pen on how to book the in-between weeks?
Or he hired a guy for the one after.
Yeah, either or. It's either one. But smart move if he did. Smart move if he did. What was your match of the night?
I'm going to go with the opening tag. I was thinking about fucking O'Reilly and Malachi, but I'm going with the opening tag. I really enjoyed that.
Both matches were really damn good. I'll go with Malachi and O'Reilly for my match of the night. MVP for the show, Jimmy.
I'm gonna give it to Swerve. First of all, he made an elite segment enjoyable, impressive, and the shit with him and Nana, I thought was fucking fantastic. I was here for all that.
Yeah, I gotta give it to Swerve, because I thought like the build to this matchup has been really good. But I only thought that was really good because Christian was always coming out on top. But I forgot Christian is also great at being the chicken shake deal, and that reminded me of this segment. So Swerve getting the better of it will work for me a lot. So I'll give it to Swerve as MVP. LVP.
I'm gonna go. I don't want to give the Satnam Singh. That feels too easy. But I might have to. Sorry. The only person on the show I thought was objectively bad at their job. Sorry. I mean, Matt Jackson doesn't count. He's not bad. He just bothers me. He's mid, and he bothers me like he's bad.
Say, I can't say anything was like actively bad to me. I see some people saying Jack Perry, Matt Jackson. I see some people saying Chris Jericho. None of those people really stood out as LVP to me, so I have to go more on kayfabe. And of course, it's the guy who tapped out to two submissions at the same time.
Fair enough.
So that is my LVP for the show. Jimmy, let the people know where they can follow you on social media. And I do have you penciled in for Double or Nothing review, but not guaranteed. So
that's fair. You can now draw a little harder on the pencil. I'm
Okay.
going to skip quite a few matches. But we'll watch. We'll be there watching.
He's going to skip at least 3. Orange and Trent, the FTW title match. And what else? What's the last? I think the trios match. No, the trios match. I think you'll watch for Jay and Pac.
Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna fly by. 3-hour pay-per-view. Finally, thank God. At Jimmy Macram on Twitter and on YouTube. We watch television shows and movies, including me and SP3 watching last season of Atlanta, season 4.
Had a great time so far watching the first 2 episodes. We're going to give y'all more of that over on Jimmy's channel. And like you heard earlier, I might be joining Jimmy to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine, which is coming out, I believe, in July, the end of July. I'm looking forward to that. I got to get my tickets because it's apparently selling like bonkers, apparently, for that one. So, yeah. And I got to figure out. Yeah, can I get it in the UK? I don't know where I can order. I'll ask my missus
in the UK.
No, I know they do have movie theaters, but the movie theater that I go to, I don't know if I could get advanced. I don't know. I'll figure it out with the missus, and I'll figure out who's watching our kids because can't take them to the movies. Hell no, can't do that. But yes, you can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHeelSP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHeelHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHeelHeat. $3 a month. Get you exclusive content. That's the best place where you could support us when we are not here on the channel, and always appreciate that support over there. ProWrestlingTees.com, ForYourWear.com. Get your True Heel Heat merchandise. And if you like our AEW reviews, check out Collision Discourse 31 from this past week. We're viewing AEW Collision and Rampage from last Saturday. We won't have a Collision Discourse this week, as on Monday we will be doing our AEW Double or Nothing review. But join us live here, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow for our AEW Double or Nothing preview with myself and Benno from Post Wrestling, as well as the one and only Joe Holbert from Wrestle Purist. We'll be talking about and giving our predictions for this Sunday's card. We got our WWE King and Queen of the Ring watch party on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and then later on in the evening, before AEW Collision starts, we'll be doing our WWE King and Queen of the Ring, say that 5 times fast, review for the show following the end of that show. And the True Heel Heat Flagship podcast will be live on Sunday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time. So join us for that before our AEW Double or Nothing watch party that evening. But me and Jimmy Macram, I told you, it's a lot of content I'm going to be on this week, but I digress. For Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 147. Flame on. We are signing off until next time. Later.